I've come to make this video a couple times and YouTube keeps kicking me out, so I'll give it a third try and we'll see what happens. I wanted to talk a little bit today about what I'm referring to as neutrality. Again, I don't go out and read other people's stuff very often. I love a lot of the quotes from masters and that sort of thing, but in this stuff that is coming through the experience of Kelly, I just name it what I name it. It's not tied to trying to fit into some niche, if you will, about terminology here. And as I've done all along, I'll share with you where I am in my experience in noticing. So in the last few weeks, what I've been noticing quite often, often being one of those weird words, no time, but just gotta laugh, is what I'm referring to as neutrality. Neutrality in this experience. If we're truly a lover of what is, we're completely neutral to whatever's arising. We're just loving what's here. Something comes, okay. Something goes, okay. Something's missing, okay. Something's found, okay. Complete neutrality. And it's interesting because what starts to happen is this noticing of when I'm not neutral, that it hurts. So what I mean by that? Overjoyous, sad, romantically in love, heartbroken. These are all emotions behind thoughts. They're not the actual thing that's going on. Because the thing that's going on, that has always been going on, is neutral. It's only ever my thoughts about it that give it these labels of emotion. When the labels of emotion are given, then the feelings behind that creep in. I'm so in love. Then behind that come the feelings of butterflies and excitement and exuberance. I'm so heartbroken. Then behind that come the feelings of sadness and loss. Neutrality just says everything's the same. Everything is exactly the same. In the last few weeks, we talked a lot about, on the radio show, about an openness being allowed, an open space, a space where more awarenesses can be noticed. But there's no one doing this. That's the brilliance in this. There's no controller in any of it. There's just a noticing happening. And the more the noticing happens, the more noticing can happen. And so on and so on. And part of that noticing is just a complete neutrality of what is arising. And some of you listening may think, well, that sounds really empty. That sounds really devoid of emotion. No. It's actually the opposite. It's very peaceful. Whatever is coming is seen equally. There's no dividing it into buckets of good or bad or right or wrong or should or shouldn't. It's just absolute neutrality. Absolute love of what is. when I'm apparently neutral in life, life is just life, and it's just doing what it's doing. Right now I'm looking out over the top of the computer and the trees are swaying. It's Seattle. It's June, and I'm wearing 3 layers. Look at this. 2 shirts and a jumper. And look outside. If you can, it might be too bright. I don't know if you can see the trees. That's where I'm looking, is out that window. It is a beautiful green trees swaying in the rain. First day of summer. Oh, you'll see an empty room because we're getting a new sofa tomorrow. So that's why the room is completely empty. Just a swaying of trees and rain. Come back around and let me not make you dizzy. Woo! To say neutrality is something to be strived for is the thought that you could control this. There is no controlling this. There is nobody driving this. There's no reaching for it, grabbing for it, pushing or pulling to get there. There's no other thing that can be done but what's being done now. There's no other thing that can be undone that's being done now. So hard to talk about. The words just don't do it justice. So don't get hung up on the words. Just notice the energy of this. Just notice the energy of this moment. That's what neutrality is. No label of it, no categorization of it, no trying to dissect it or put it in a bucket, no trying to reach or obtain it. Can't go on eBay and buy it. Every reaching for it to try and do that eludes you of it. It's so simple and it's always been here. The simplicity of it is what eludes all of us for so long in this appearance of time and space. I was saying to a friend the other day, it's kind of like a dog chasing its tail. Notice a dog when it's a puppy, probably the first couple months of its life, the tail is the most exciting toy it can find. It chases and chases and chases, and then forgets and falls down and has a nap, exhausted from the seeking. Wakes up. Ooh, look, a tail. It's like the first time it's ever seen that tail. I've got to get it. Chase, chase, chase. It forgets what it's always known was there. Not many words, guys. Not many things to say here. Just complete and utter love. Complete and utter love. In this space. Right here and right now. Talking about nothing to no one. Oh, gotta love it. I love you. Love you, love you, love you. And I see you. I really do. There is not oneness, but yet there are never two. So beautiful. Till next time.